One night, a new star could suddenly appear in the sky. An asteroid will fly closer to Earth than many satellites. And one of the most famous comets in human history is coming back. These are not just science fiction ideas. These are rare space events that could actually happen within your lifetime. When people think of rare cosmic events, they usually imagine things that happened millions of years ago, or events so far in the future that no one alive today will ever see them. But that's not always true. Welcome to Horizons of Space. NASA and other observatories are already tracking several extraordinary events that could unfold within years or decades, not centuries. Some could be visible with your own eyes, some could change the night sky for a short time, and one of them will bring a large asteroid unusually close to Earth. The first event could happen almost any time. In the constellation Coronae Borealis, there is a star system called T Coronae Borealis, also known as the Blaze Star. But this is not a normal star. It is a recurrent nova system, where a white dwarf pulls material from a companion star. Over time, that stolen material builds up until it triggers a sudden thermonuclear outburst. And when that happens, the system could brighten enough to become visible to the naked eye. For a few nights, it may look as if a new star has suddenly appeared in the sky. That is what makes this so rare. NASA explains that T Coronae Borealis erupts roughly every 80 years, and documented outbursts were seen in 1866 and 1946. So if it happened soon, we would not just be watching a star brighten. We would be witnessing a cosmic event that most people never get to see even once. One night you could look up and the sky could have a new star. Now imagine standing outside in the middle of the day and watching daylight fade into twilight for more than 6 minutes. On August 2nd, 2027, a total solar eclipse will cross parts of Spain, North Africa, the Middle East and beyond. And this one is special. According to the National Solar Observatory, the maximum duration of totality near Luxor, Egypt, will last about 6 minutes and 22 seconds. That makes it the second longest total solar eclipse of the 21st century. That's enormous. Many total solar eclipses last only a couple of minutes, but during this one, the moon's shadow will cover the sun long enough for the entire world around you to change. The sky darkens, the temperature drops, stars and planets can appear in daytime, and the sun's corona becomes visible around the moon like a ghostly ring of light. For a few minutes, it feels like the normal rules of Earth have been switched off. And unlike many rare cosmic events, this is not hidden deep in space. People can actually travel to see it. But the next event may be even stranger. Because in 2029, a large asteroid will fly extremely close to Earth. Its name is Apophis. NASA says that on April 13, 2029, Apophis will safely pass about 32,000 kilometers above Earth's surface. That is closer than many satellites in geosynchronous orbit. And NASA also says this will be the closest approach to Earth by an asteroid of this size that scientists have known about in advance. To be clear, Apophis will not hit Earth. But that does not make the event less incredible. For one night, humanity will get a front row seat to a large asteroid passing incredibly close to our planet. This is the kind of event that almost feels wrong when you first hear it. A large asteroid closer than many satellites, visible from Earth and tracked years in advance. That is not a disaster movie, that is a real event coming in 2029. If the 2027 eclipse is famous for its duration, the 2045 eclipse could become famous for its scale. NASA eclipse maps show that on August 12, 2045, a total solar eclipse will cross a broad path through the United States before continuing into the Caribbean and South America. This could become one of those sky events that an entire generation remembers. Millions of people could be watching the same cosmic shadow sweep across Earth. Cities preparing, road trips planned years in advance, hotels sold out, people standing in fields, streets, beaches and rooftops, all waiting for the sun to disappear. And then, for a few minutes, day turns into darkness. The corona appears, The horizon glows, the sky looks broken. A total solar eclipse is not just something you see, it is something you feel. And in 2045, millions of people may get that experience at once. And finally, one of the most legendary objects in astronomy is coming back. Halley's Comet. NASA says Halley's Comet will return in 2061 on its regular journey around the Sun, with an average orbital period of about 76 years. The last time it appeared was in 1986. For many people, 2061 sounds far away, but it is not centuries away. It is close enough that many people alive today may actually see it. And that is what makes Halley's Comet different. It is not just a comet. It is a visitor that has been seen by humans across history. People saw it before modern telescopes, before space agencies, before anyone knew what comets really were. And in 2061, it comes back again. Imagine looking up and seeing the same famous comet that generations before us also watched cross the sky. That is not just astronomy, that is history returning overhead. So yes, some of the rarest sky events imaginable are still ahead of us. A star that could suddenly appear, an asteroid flyby closer than many satellites, eclipses so dramatic they turn day into night, and the return of Halley's Comet. The universe is not finished surprising us. Some of its most unforgettable shows are still coming, and the wildest part is, you might actually be alive to see them. Which one would you want to witness most? Let me know in the comments. See you next time.